Hi, my name is Bree. Now you may have already followed me under Bree Para Endurance or Bree O'Connor Para Endurance across my various social media platforms. But we decided to have a little bit of a rebrand. Now when I joined social media, I never expected it to take off as much as it has, especially on platforms like TikTok. However, the rebrand is for a very important reason, and I'm here today to explain it to you and introduce ourselves to the people that might not already know me. So, I am 35 years old at the time of filming this video, pushing 36. I suffer from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 3, which is the most common type of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But Ehlers-Danlos syndrome in itself is actually a very rare and undiagnosed disease. Now, there is a saying within the Ehlers-Danlos community and other rare conditions that say when you hear hoofbeats, don't automatically think horses, because it might just be a zebra. And this goes out to doctors and anyone else within the medical profession, that just because something looks like it is on the surface doesn't necessarily mean it is. Now, when I was younger, I had multiple operations on deformed veins in my face, along with various other problems like regular fainting. Now, these are all put down to just minor birth defects or just because I was growing up. Now, it wasn't until I was 30 that these were all put together and they realised it was something different, and it was actually Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Now, by this point, I had fought it for many, many years, and the pain that it causes. This then triggered fibromyalgia. For people that don't understand fibromyalgia, your brain has three responses: fight, flight, and freeze. Now, like most horse riders, I fight. So when my body was telling me to stop, I kept fighting. So in the end, my brain went overtime, and this is fibromyalgia. My brain basically exacerbates the pain and gives me pain where I haven't actually really got a need for there to be pain. And that's fibromyalgia. I also have Raynaud's syndrome. Doesn't bode well with horses. Again, this comes down to my poor circulation. So my fingers, my toes, my ears and my nose can all are at high risk of frostbite. I regularly suffer from really painful chilblains, but I have got the frostbite under control thanks to some medication. And on top of that, I have POTS. So I regularly have a very, very fast heartbeat. I get low blood pressure. My blood pressure hits my boots and I will pass out in public. It's a bit of a party trick. Now, I used to jump my horses. I used to compete in eventing and show jumping. I used to love my cross country. But the damage this was doing to my neck was getting beyond repair. I had whiplash all the time that couldn't be cured. I was told to give up riding. Instead, I gave up jumping because I refused to give up my horses. After a year of not really knowing what to do with ourselves, we discovered endurance. Now, endurance is one of the most positive, para-friendly equine disciplines that I have ever discovered. And I joined social media to help other riders that thought they had to give up or thought that they couldn't continue, that there are other options, because I nearly gave up. And I don't want anyone else to feel like I did. Because if I hadn't discovered endurance, I probably wouldn't be riding now. So, Endurance with Stripes. Why did we end up changing to this name? Well, as I explained, the zebra is very, very important to people with EDS and also other rare or underdiagnosed conditions. So that's your stripes. Endurance, because I compete in endurance. But whether you compete in endurance or not, whether you do para-dressage, whether just getting yourself through the day is your challenge, we have to endure it. For some people, especially with chronic conditions, just getting through the day is like riding an endurance race. So Endurance with Stripes is not just here for people with EDS that ride endurance, it is here for all of you. It is here whether your struggle is mental, physical, emotional, whether you're just having a tough time. If you've got things that you want to do in life but you're struggling with them for whatever reason, I hope that my pages and my social media can give you some positivity and some encouragement and the support that you deserve. If you have any questions, my inboxes are open, the comments section is open. Welcome to Endurance with Stripes. So with that introduction out of the way, I would like to introduce my team. Here we have Loki. He's currently 11 years old and he's a full-bred Connemara, but he did grow a little bit big. He actually stands at 15-1 hands. Now he is my main ride, he is who I used to event and show jump, and he is now my endurance horse. He's not really built for it, and he certainly wasn't bred for it, but he gives it his all, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't still be riding. Here we have Summer. She's 14 years old and she's a Welsh D. She came to us from the Mare and Foal Sanctuary as a rescue pony. Now technically she's for my children. She's only 14 too, but she has got a trot to die for, and if I can lose enough weight, I would like to compete her endurance. And last but certainly not least, we have baby Buckley. He is only 20 months old. He is Czech warm blood crossed with Anglo-Arab, and he should make around 16.2 to 17 hands. He's going to be my main endurance ride, and he's the one that I'm going to push and take as far as I can. As I said before, Loki's not really built for it, and he's always going to be my number one. But Buckley and I, we've got serious plans with endurance.